That made literally no difference. Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you guys some dupes that I think are way more worth it than the actual originals. If you have these dupes, you can totally skip on purchasing the originals. I know I've worked with a lot of dupe house companies and done a lot of sponsored content because I love bringing you guys affordable options for perfumes that are not affordable at all. But today's video is actually not sponsored. These are just some fragrances that I truly think outperform their original counterparts, whether it's in scent, performance, and more than anything, price point. So if you've been looking at any one of these high-end fragrances, I think these alternatives are so much better and will not make you break the bank. So with that said, let's get straight into it. Please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn post notifications on, and let's get started. My first dupe is straight up a million times better than the original. The original is almost $200 while the dupe is $29. And not only are the scents identical, but the dupe lasts so much more than the original. Do not buy the original. You're gonna be disappointed in the performance. And that fragrance is Wood Sage and Sea Salt by Jo Malone. I can't tell you how much I love this perfume and how much it breaks my heart that given the price point, this scent lasts about 15 minutes on my skin. Like literally, is my skin broken? Because this $200 perfume literally lasts, I think at its maximum, 30 minutes on me. And no, I'm not exaggerating. Literally is such bad performance. I think that goes for a lot of Jo Malone perfumes. Wood Sage and Sea Salt smells so good. It's an aromatic sea salt aquatic scent. It's so freaking good. But the dupe that I have of this fragrance is Woody Sage from Dossier. Now I have worked with Dossier. This was sent to me, just being fully transparent, but I would 5,000,000% purchase this on my own because this scent is so good. It smells just like Wood Sage and Sea Salt with better performance, coming in at $29. This features top notes of fig tree, grapefruit, middle notes of marine notes, ambrette, and base notes of clary sage and amberwood. It has nearly identical notes to Wood Sage and Sea Salt from Jo Malone, except in the Dossier version, they've added a fig note, which if you've been watching my channel recently, I'm absolutely obsessed with fig. And I think it's maybe that fig that gives this the strength that I think the original lacks. It smells like salty ocean air with a nice juicy burst of fig. So good. Definitely a unisex fragrance. I mean, it's just a nice fresh fragrance. It works for everybody. But yeah, it's a trillion times better than Wood Sage and Sea Salt from Jo Malone. So that would be my first dupe recommendation. Next up, I think you could totally skip out on Gris Chanel from BDK. This fragrance house makes a lot of really nice scents, and I have tried this one, but on my skin, even though the opening was a little bit better for me, I think the full dry down on my skin came off a little muddy and patchouli heavy, which doesn't really do that well on my skin. But I was looking into trying to find a dupe that could suffice for this perfume because this is a $250 perfume. So after doing some research, I came across Liam from Lattafa. This retails at $23. You can buy this on Amazon. Huge bottle, lots and lots of juice, will last you forever. And the scent is pretty much exactly like Gris Chanel, but better. This settles on the skin a lot nicer. It's not overpowered by patchouli, and it doesn't come off too edgy and too earthy on my skin like I personally found Gris Chanel did. Once again, this features fig, which I think is the main component in this perfume. You have cardamom, fig, black tea, middle notes of iris, vetiver, labdanum, and base notes of vanilla, sandalwood, tonka, and patchouli. The dry down of this is so borderline creamy. It's so well-rounded, really refined. Nothing comes off too sharp on the skin. I think this is done a million times better than Gris Chanel, which a lot of people would probably disagree with me on that. Given the price point, people would probably say, oh, it's a lot more high quality. Maybe it is, but on me, this performs a million times better. So I highly recommend Liam from Lattafa. Another scent that is very unisex, but doesn't lean either way. So love it. The next fragrance that is a whopping $235 is Vala by Parfums de Marly. I recently came across this TikTok video of this girl going on and on and on about how this perfume got her so many compliments, and I had a little sample size fragrance, so I pulled mine out and I wore it for the day just because I wanted to see what it gave. I used to actually not really like that perfume because it came off really musky on my skin, like extremely musky, and too white florals, too mature, too serious for me. But the day that I wore this sample, I don't know if it was just because that video was at the back of my head, like I was kind of convincing myself that it was good, I don't know, but I actually really liked it the day that I wore it. But there was no way that a perfume like that, where I wasn't absolutely head over heels in love with, there's no way I was gonna pay $235 on it. So I started looking into some dupes, and I came across Ring of Radiance from Juliana's Perfume. Again, another brand that I work with very often alongside Dossier, but again, for good reason, because their scents are so high quality with a very affordable price point. Not sponsored once again. I did get this sent to me, but I think this is an incredible scent. This scent smells identical to Vala for me. I detect absolutely zero differences within these two. So if you want the same quality, the same scent, performance, strength, everything without having to pay that price point, then I highly recommend checking out Ring of Radiance from Juliana's Perfumes. This retails for $39, so definitely cuts a lot of that price point. This is a really aldehyde kind of fragrance, which I'm normally not into. Overly white florals, too mature kind of scents. But there's something about this one that's really alluring. There's this whimsical feel about it. Kind of reminds me of Fleur Narcotique as well by Ex Nihilo, which is another really high-end niche fragrance. It's a very clean, airy, feminine, ultra musky, but a really clean musk kind of scent paired with a ton of white florals and a nice woodsiness to it as well. It's a really elegant scent, very effortless and chic. This gives me boss woman vibes for sure. I wouldn't say that that's a safe line buy for everybody just because it's heavy on the white florals, but it's also really beautiful. Definitely try a sample or something of Ring of Radiance, or just get Ring of Radiance if you want to try out Vala, because it is a really complex white floral feminine fragrance. Next is another very, very loved fragrance, very popular, which is Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. I recently also included this, I think last week, in a video where I talked about perfumes over $150 that are not worth the money at all. This was in there, and obviously perfume is subjective, so something that may not work for me may work for you. And I even mentioned in that video, after having this perfume for a while in my collection, I ended up giving it to my mom because to me it was just a boring, fresh, fruity, floral scent that also didn't last at all on my skin. But my mom absolutely loved it. She used every last drop of the fragrance. She would tell me all the time how many compliments she would get, and also it would last forever on her. So it's really weird how some people's skin just like eats up certain fragrances while it doesn't on others. It's a weird concept to me, but nonetheless, by no means am I saying this is a bad fragrance, because I think it's a huge crowd pleaser for a reason. It's a very inoffensive, fruity floral, smells nice and fresh and clean. Who doesn't like that, obviously? But given the price point, I don't think it's worth it. There's so many perfumes with this type of scent profile that do the job just as well without you having to pay nearly $200 for it. And a perfume that I had also but decluttered is Bulgari Omnia Coral. This scent used to get me trillions of compliments everywhere I went. Again, very inoffensive, fruity floral, same kind of scent profile as Chanel Chance, but a fraction of the price point. It is a designer also, but it's definitely on the low end of designers. And because it's been out for a while, you can find a bottle, I think, for like $40 to $50 max. So if you like Chanel Chance Eau Tendre, but you want an alternative, definitely go for Bulgari Omnia Coral. And then last but not least for this video, this is for the gourmand lovers that have been eyeing Bianca Latte like I have. I've been saying for the longest time that I just am not gonna ever get the full size of this because I've tried so many dupes of this perfume, and after recently coming across a little sample of Bianca Latte, I can now fully and wholeheartedly say I do not need Bianca Latte. This is again a $200 perfume that I think has been duped nowadays really, really well. And the first perfume that comes to mind for Bianca Latte is Eclair by Lattafa. This scent is so good, so delicious, so creamy, ultra lactonic. It's like caramel milk. It is the most gourmand scent I think in my entire collection. This will make you smell downright edible. You'll leave a pastry shop scent trail when you have this scent on. And here you have caramel, milk, honey, sugar, praline, vanilla. It's like, what more kind of sweet notes do you want? Also, this scent gets better with time. You gotta let this macerate. After you buy it, spray it a couple times and let it sit for a couple months. Obviously, you can still use it in the meantime, but I think the beauty of this lies after it's kind of sat for a little bit. Definitely the older the better when it comes to this scent, because it gets so much creamier and fluffier. It smells like whipped cream. Not gonna be for everybody just because it's so potent and so gourmand. Like, if you don't want to smell like food, maybe you're not gonna love this. And even for me, even though I love sweet scents, this is definitely a time and a place kind of fragrance. I don't wear this all the time, and it can be a little nauseating if it's too hot, which in Florida it's always hot, so I'm hoping to wear this when I'm in Greece and it gets a little bit cooler during the winter time. I think that that will do really well, but just be aware, in closed environments, don't go for scents like this. I mean, you can wear whatever you want, but it may come off a little obnoxious if you do, just because it's so intensely sweet. But my point being, you don't need Bianca Latte. You could get Eclair, which is about $30 something, I want to say. And also, unrelated to this video, but Lattafa is coming out with 2 flankers in the Eclair line. They're coming out with Eclair pistachio, like a pistachio version of it, and this other version, don't remember what it's called right now, but I'll put up a picture. I'm not sure when these will be released, but I'm gonna be on the lookout for them. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me your best fragrance dupe that you've ever come across in the comments down below. I would love to gather up some more dupes like this, because as I always say, you don't need to spend an arm and a leg to smell incredible, and I think this video pretty much proves that. That is it for me today. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.